Yes, guys, welcome back to SFeatleyTV, and we're here for the Hot Off the Press show, your weekly football news show, talking all things football and just general, mostly Premier League, but there you go. Yeah, we're here for another show, man. Yeah, big up to everyone that was watching on the F1 channel earlier, that was watching. Obviously, the Red Bull car has been unveiled. Tomorrow we are doing Aston Martin on the F1 channel, and that stream's already set up. So if you can go over there and hit the like button over there, you can do. I will drop the link in the chat and then pin it so that you know where to subscribe. Let me think where it is. There it is. Plus, also, by the way, like, just want to say this quickly. Like, there could be any trolls possible that might want to troll me, call me up, like, saying my streams are shit, or this, that, and all the other, right? You can say whatever you fuck you want. You ain't stopping me. You ain't stopping me doing what I'm doing, right? And by the way, thanks for the view, because obviously you must watch my shit to realize that it's shit, right? So you keep coming, keep calling me, mate. You ain't gonna fucking stop me. Simple, right? For people that don't know, right, I got a call last night from some weird troll. So someone that I know deeply, who I know as a friend. That's the only people who have got my number. They've gone and given that number to some troll. I don't know who it is, but there you go. But anyway, but like, you can call me all day, every day, whatever. Ain't gonna fucking work, mate. Right? And by the way, you watching is just making my channel better, because you're just raising more money. So keep talking. Right? Keep talking. Right? It's probably actually the sign of jealousy, but then, like, what are you jealous about? What are you jealous about? Are you jealous of this? Like, do you want me to lift up my shirt and see what's under here? Because what under here is a bomb site. You jealous of that, are you? Yeah, okay. Right, I'll rip your insides out and see if you're fucking jealous. Simple. But there you go. Yeah, I know, man. It's what it's called, like, being on social media, being on YouTube and having an opinion. Clearly, I'm famous enough to be trolled. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Obviously, I'm getting that famous, guys. It's obviously the channel's going somewhere then, isn't it? Yeah, but there you go. But yeah, we're gonna talk about. By the way, Britt, I've sent you. Stephen, mate, stop bragging about your fans. Yeah, I value they were fans, man. Yeah, clearly. Yeah, they're technically fans, really, aren't they? So, yeah, they can't admit it. Yeah, but anyway, fuck them. Let's move on. Look, we're going to move on. I'm going to talk, obviously, we're going to talk about the Busby Babes. Obviously, it's 3 days since the 6th of Feb. So, Britt, I've sent you the link as well. I've sent Niall the link as well. So, when you've got a chance, do come on and we'll talk about that. Luis Diaz. We're going to talk about Luis Diaz. Right? Obviously, a new addition by Liverpool is this January. The debate being, will he make such an impact to Liverpool that, like, they will be able to catch Man City? That's the big question. Because if we look at the table right now, let's have a look at the Premier League table. Make sure you're pumping that like button and subscribe button, please. Become a member as well, from joining us from as little as $1.99 as well. All donations go to charity. So as you can see, the top two, Liverpool, if they win their game in hand, they go 6 points behind Man City with 15 games left to play. That's catchable. It's still catchable distance. Will Man City relinquish that? I very much doubt so. Luis Diaz, I don't know too much about him, so I'm going to have a look for you guys. Let's have a look at Luis Diaz as a player. Let's have a look. So, yeah, £36 million. Look at the trophies he's won in.
El equipo es ofensivo ya de por sí, no porque.
What the fuck was that about? Why is it they play some stupid shit? Why did they do that? I don't want to hear that. I just want it. Honestly. Good. Right. So there you go. So you see the honours. He's a left winger. So more like it's going to be a probably a backup to Mane, I think, because obviously Mane plays on the left of their front three. Let's have a look at the stats that he's managed to produce so far this season. So 18 games this season, 14 goals and 5 assists. That's fucking good. That is really good. That's like why haven't we picked him up? That's sick. Like in and 2 goals in 6 games in the Champions League. Like that's pretty good going. Let's have a look at the numbers last season. The numbers last season, only 30 games with 6 goals or 5 assists. So this year is where he's really lit it up. Proper lit it up. And I mean proper. Like, that is an unbelievable record. I do have to admit, that is an unbelievable record. So there we are. Like, I have the link for another. Oh, shit, that's why. Oh, okay. Okay. Give me a minute, mate. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Bloop, 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 bloop. Sent it. Sent it. I don't know what Niall's doing, but there you go. Sent you the link. Anthony as well. Anthony, if I send you a link on Twitter, can you come on now? Not at the end. Like you usually do. There you go. I've sent you the link as well, man. Stephen, Arsenal do scouting by recommendations and stat DNA. That's the problem, man. They don't ever just like scout like proper unless they recommend they don't, you know what I mean? It's just it's yeah, man. I don't get it, but there you go. Brit's with me.
Hey, Steven.
How you doing, my bro?
Hey, I'm doing all right, my friend. How about yourself?
Yeah, not too bad. So look at Luis Diaz stats so far this season. 18 games, 14 goals, 5 assists, 2 yellow cards and that's just in the league.
Right.
So 2 goals in the Champions League so far. He plays on the left wing, so if it's going to be a replacement, it'd be a replacement from Nane. Do you feel that this will help, like Liverpool, as they've only say they win their game in hand, they're 6 points behind, like which is still catchable distance. Most people want to write them off; they're still catchable. Do you feel that this will help them, or do you feel that it's still Man City's to lose?
Well, as far as the title, I would still say I know the gap isn't huge, so, but it would still feel like City would lose it more than the Merseyside Red Club winning. It would definitely feel more like City threw it away, but this would definitely help for like when Mane's out,
Yeah.
a viable footballer behind him to fill in, so it would keep pace really with City. Is all I see this, and it could also be, hey, we expect to be losing a winger in the summer, and
Yeah.
which one will be going? Well, this, I'm not saying anything, but this leads more like they'd be more apt to lose Mane than it was Salah.
Yeah.
But
I
I
mean,
don't know if he can play on both wings. So if he's a
yeah.
mobile winger,
No,
so it
he's
really doesn't
he's
matter.
only left hand side.
Right. So
Um,
this would totally suggest either they plan on him not being there anymore, or they don't even know if he'll be there.
yeah,
So it
that's a
could
good
be
point.
prep. It could be prep for that to be ready.
That's a good point because obviously there's going to be a point where Marnie and Sano are going to leave, and like with list. And by the way, I just read the comment. Stat DNA got a Shaka Mista. Mate, like apparently that's a new way of doing things, though, Cinnamon. That's how you do things in football, right? According to some 16-year-old that told me, that's how football works. I told him to go get real and go watch football, mate.
I mean, I get stats and all that, but
Yeah,
even with that, the way you can interpret these stats totally different, because I can give you the same sheet and give all these numbers to you and say, hey, Steven, what does all these numbers tell you? Or I could go out, I could give these numbers
but
just
it's
as
not
like
just about the stats. But it's not just about the stats, though. You can look at stats and think, great, right? But both of those stats could be bloody tap-ins. Well, how
right,
does he get those goals? Does he cut inside and bend in the top bins? Does he uh does he just go on get played in behind 1-on-1 like on a high line? So like it depends on how he gets these goals. Like it's great that he could do it against multiple teams in multiple games, but how do you get these goals? And it's just like you have to make sure you're getting the right profile of player to fit your system. And if you're getting someone that's good on the ball and wants to cut inside, or you need someone that's good on the ball that's going to be able to run down the wing, right, and get crosses in, right, then there is no point in buying him whatsoever.
right.
Like, so I know he's only started an FA Cup game since he turned up, where he made only just one appearance, didn't really do much, but like it is promising, and I do feel that Klopp, if there's anyone that's going to be able to turn him into a star, it's going to be Jurgen Klopp. Don't remember what he did with like Robertson, Trent, all these young like great players that they've got now at in the side. Like half of them weren't even that good.
Right. And not
Like
to
if you
like,
remember, look at Henderson at the start when he started at Liverpool. If you looked at him at the start of when his time at Liverpool, you didn't think that he would be able to become a Champions League and Premier League winner. No way. Like you all thought you were balmy. So he can't. If there's anyone that can turn a player into a world beater, it's Jurgen Klopp. He could probably make Xhaka not a world beater, but at least half decent. Like Mustafi, at least half decent. But but even then, that's a push. I reckon Odegaard and Ben White came in off. Yeah, probably, and they probably also because of personality or something like that. Like that's how Ramsdale got picked as well. Like,
mm,
but then Odegaard, to be honest, is like. Let me have a look at Odegaard stats before he came in.
yeah, because the thing about stats are you can give the same sheet to 5 different people and get 5 different valuations of
Yeah,
that player. So it's like, I need the eye test. Tell me what you see when you see him on the pitch.
Do
Because
you know what?
That,
I've worked that
the
out. No, do you know what? Do you know what a lot of people love about I just only just found this out when I typed him in on transfer market. Like, do you know the reason why they like Martin Odegaard? Well, most of our Arsenal fans like Martin Odegaard. Right? It's not just the fact he's an Arteta signing, right? It's the fact that he's gone and won 2. It says he's a Champions League winner twice because he was Real Madrid at the time they won the Champions League. Even though he's a youngster.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I mean, apparently 19 games and 4 goals is good enough. 14 games and 1 goal last season in the Premier League. Only 7 starts last season in the La Liga. Yeah, and the stats don't even look good like the season after that either.
Yeah, the thing about Odegaard, it's a lot.
Yeah, we said he was an answer,
and a lot of, hey, this guy's going to be good. This guy's going to be good.
Yeah,
this guy's going to be good. You're only allowed to say that for so long, right? Just wait, he's going to be good. Eventually, you got to cut your losses and be like,
yeah,
okay,
man,
we were wrong.
It's like Maguire. I mean, look at Maguire for example. Like, he came in and all of a sudden your stats defensively improved. Right, there was this debate between GMAG and Maguire, who's the better of the two. We could also say that about Luke Shaw. Had a worldie of a season last season, right? And this season, you're dead. You're dead as doornails, right? What happened to this Luis Roberto Carlos, man? You're all sitting there saying, I've got to sit there and say that Shaw is better than Tierney. I told you Tierney's better than Shaw. I told you. I told you.
Everything reverts back to the mean. It does. And
the fact is that Maguire is now worse than G-Man. Like, there you go. Big up Solo in the chat. Like, and Solo's gonna give me stick.
Sub boss.
Like, I'm sorry, I don't care. I'll stand and die by it. Right, I don't care. Tierney is better than Shaw. Fact. Your Shawberto Carlos is shit. Shit. Get out of here. Nah, done. Tierney is better. Hands down. Sorry. Gotta say it.
You don't have to be sorry.
I don't care if you think I've got a Tierney agenda. I have a Tierney agenda. He is part Scottish. I'm part Scottish. We're bros. Simple. So high static. Nice to see Brit again.
Hello,
Yeah, man. Definitely big up, Jade. 11 likes. Yes, make sure you keep pumping the likes up. Right. If you're a hater, hit the dislike button. Thanks for watching. Right. Leave your comments down below.
Even if you hit the dislike button,
send us a fucking text. Send us a text. Send us a call. Like, I'll be happy to hear your criticisms. Like, I'll tell you to fuck off. You know what I mean? But there you go. Sorry, bro, but both players is crap. No. Tierney's not shit. Tierney is not shit. He is not shit. He is one of the best left backs in the league by a mile. He is. He is quality. Right? And the thing is, he sits down. He doesn't get involved in it. He just comes in, does his training, does his work, goes home. He's basically a good little boy. He's a good little boy. That's what he is. He's a nice little boy. He doesn't misbehave himself. Right? So, but yeah, it's tragic. I mean, it's tragic from a Man United perspective. I mean, from an Arsenal perspective, it's probably laughable. I mean, for God's sake, Tierney's hampered the fact he's got Mikel Arteta as his manager, but like Maguire's just on and Shaw just like I don't know what's wrong with them. Like Maguire for England was quality. Maguire was quality in the summer. In the summer for England, he was quality, absolutely binding, and you can actually play him about. You could actually play him in the back four, but no, you can't. Big up Shane. Don't worry, we'll get into that. I was waiting till we get the stream started. So yeah, but after looking at but yeah, after looking at like Luis Diaz and having a sort of insight into the player himself, do you feel Liverpool can catch Man City with the games we've got left, 15 games left?
There's a lot of games left still, so it's kind of hard to really set the seats and be like, no, we're just it's basically over as far as the title's concerned. But I mean, you look at the run of both teams, it looks like the wobbling is coming from Liverpool and not from City. I don't see a wobble showing up as of right now with City. And so they're going to.
Oh, he went. he went. Okay. Hello, by the way, big up Shane. Sure, it's very good yesterday. Well, in the first half, Maguire though has to be sold. You ain't getting 80 mil for him. That's the problem. The problem is, Shane, your board will keep hold of him thinking he's worth every penny back. Like,
hit the wrong button.
Magic trick. Is that a magic trick?
Yeah, it was. Disappear, come right back.
Carry on, USA, man.
Yeah, but I don't see City faltering. I did it again. Okay, hold on. All right. I don't see City faltering.
Don't touch any buttons.
Yeah. Hands up here.
Big up, Mel. Love you, Mel. Mel, but can I just take 10 minutes? Two sec. What this lady, this young, beautiful lady does behind the scenes is fucking extraordinary. It is beyond extraordinary. I can't even describe it. Like, what is she doing behind the scenes deserves every single credit. And you're going to see it when we do like Big Yellow Friday. You're going to see it, and you're going to see it. And it's not going to be me doing all of the, like, I'm going to be the front of it, doing all the chatting and everything. But the real people that have brought it all together is people like Mel, Bhargav, like Marlie, Matt, Talk, like the usual gang that since March, pretty much, where people try to turn their back on us, and it's over shit that weren't true. Like, they've been there from day one. So, like, and obviously people now like Reese, Britt, like Renee, like, you guys are all part of the bigger this whole family anyway. That's what I keep saying. This whole chat, all my subscribers, you're part of the family. Like, all 1,146 of you that are right now are part of the family. So if you want to be part of this family, you hit that subscribe button right now. You hit that membership button right now. You become a member, and you donate a regular amount to the charity. If you want to be part of doing members only live streams, hit that level 2 higher button on the membership button, so you donate level 2 or higher to get part of members only live streams, where it's exclusive members only content, so that we'll be creating. So yeah, big up to everyone that's in it. I take 10B to be honest. Big up to it. You won't find anything on YouTube that looks more astonishing than Brit's did. You never will. Like, well, big up Reese in the chat, man. Turned back. It's just another open door. Don't forget. Absolutely love you too, mate. No worries, man. How are you, Reese? Big up. So, yeah, I might drop the link in the chat as well. And actually, do you know what, Reese? If you're free, I'll drop you the link. So we want to talk about the Busby Babes, actually. So if I can get you on, that'd be great. I'll drop you a link now, mate. I mean, where is it? 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 You know when you try and find someone, it never appears.
Yeah.
It's always the way, isn't it? There it is. There it is. There you go, mate. I sent it. Just sent it. Brit's beard is on side. Yeah, man. But I bet he gets some like conditioner and stuff like that. Like, if not, Rene buys it probably. Say no more. Moving on. Moving.
Oh man, that's funny.
Yeah, it's alright. She'll kill me later. Like,
No, I still laugh and be like, well, if he would do
sending
it.
a nuke to 4 Roman away, Stoke. Yeah, sending a nuke to I Suffolk. Boom. Push the button. So there you go. Try and moan about his beard now. On my way in my 57 FA Cup final shirt. Wow.
Nice.
Big up.
I got one of them too.
Wicked.
It's a
So
nice
we're gonna
shirt,
move on.
man.
We're gonna move on to like the Busby Babes itself. Make sure you are pumping the likes up as well. Obviously, 6th
Share.
of February. Yeah, share the stream as well if you can. Get more people watching if we can. 11 people watching right now. I appreciate you all as usual. So, yeah. So obviously, 6th of March. It was a very dark. 1958 was one of the blackest days in football, rather than just Man United.
Right.
The Busby Babes, who look set on to be on their way to, as even though they're only teenagers at the time, most of them, like, were set to dominate football for the next 10 years, right? And easily probably would have won us the FA Cup in 58, maybe 62, maybe 66, right? If you look at all the players that were coming on after that. Now, so it devastated English football in a sense. So we could have had 3 frigging stars on our crest, not just the one. But like, what do you remember? Obviously, Brit, remember most. Like, what do you learning about the Busby Babes? What did you take most from it as a Man United fan?
What I took most from it is a lot of what I talk about when we talk about like and coming out of it is Manchester United DNA.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about hardworking. I mean, we're a club even going back before. We're still coming from the railroad, blue collar, just hardworking every single day of your life. You had your job, you went and played football. Now, if the economics changed, footballers don't need jobs anymore. So it was real hard working, real grit, and you played for, your brothers out there on the pitch first and foremost because you didn't want to let them down, and that grew, and then making it a club and building the club. Everybody works together. Now we're playing for us, and we're playing for this. We always talk about playing for that badge on your shirt. These people building our club and making our club. Hey, Reese, what it is today.
Long time.
Just this great determination. Nothing that they came up against did they flinch and just stumble. They kept going even through this biggest tragedy that we went through. You had people just still come together, looking for each other, trying to find each other, and
just 2 seconds. Reese, can you turn the mic just a little bit down a little, because the bream is just a little bit.
It might not be me because I've not got any music on.
No, it's the breathing in the microphone sometimes.
Just blame my broken body.
Go on and carry on a bit.
But yeah, and more than just a style of play. I know winning. It's easy to say that because we were winning. We looked like we were dominating football forever. So it's easy to say that. But it became so much more than just a game. it had been become building that club to what they built it to, turned it into more than just a game. Like we have
Yeah.
banners, MUFC is my religion. Like it became so much more. Old Trafford is our home. It became more than football. And then with the tragedy and coming out of the tragedy, the help and assistance we got from the world of football. Even
Liverpool, even.
yeah, even clubs despised and hated throughout the whole existence.
Real Madrid even offered the Champions League to even give you it.
Right.
That's
Exactly. So we had a lot. It brought world football together, and even more than just us as United supporters. It was a world football. This is more than just a sport.
Yeah. I mean, Reese, growing up learning about the Busby Babes, what's the main thing you took from the whole story and the disaster and the resurrection of the club? By the way, I did watch the United film, and it's a very good film to watch to learn about it.
For me, it's purely football is more than a game.
Yeah.
Football is love, war, religion, hate, death, sacrifice, controversy.
Yeah.
Football is more than a game. I think the Brazilians will teach you that more than anybody, but yeah, for us, I mean, it wasn't just the best team in England as well. This is arguably the second best team in Europe.
Probably,
Only one team was better than Man United at the entire time in that period in Europe, and that was that great Real Madrid team.
Yeah.
And we were due to play them as well. You look at it, our record against Spanish teams isn't great, but our record against Real Madrid in that period in European football was something interesting. They beat us in the year before.
Yeah, they did actually in the semi-final stage.
They beat us in 57. We promised ourselves we would never lose to them again. In that stage, we would go and do better. Unfortunately, we didn't in 58, but we did in 68. We knocked them out on away goals in their backyard, and that says just how important football is. But in terms of that team, that was an average squad of 21, 22.
Jesus Christ, so young.
The oldest, one of the
It's
oldest
unheard
players.
of. It's unheard of in the modern day.
And that was a team that had won back-to-back league titles.
It's mad, isn't it?
That's back-to-back league championships, and also 5 youth cups in a row. You got to remember that. That had never been done before.
Right.
And I agree with this.
Yeah, 5 in a row.
There's no way. Our team on average was around, I would say, 5 or 6 years younger than that great Real Madrid team. 5 or 6. And that's Di Stefano and Puskás in their prime. That's Hento in his prime.
And you're matching them. And they've not even reached their prime yet. They're still kids.
Right.
And
our oldest player in that squad might have been either Roger Byrne or Tommy Taylor, and they were 26 years old. That's how young, that's how powerful, that's how good that team was.
Barely even into the prime.
And here's the thing: is that you look at, and it's like you moan the amount of us. I mean, like the fans that usually we get now. You hear in the transfer window that, for example, we want to buy experience. We got youngsters in our team. We need now to buy an experienced players, some 30-year-olds or something like that, to be able to keep mentality in our team, to have the mentality, right?
Yeah.
But this lot, they didn't need it. They had the mentality of, that's all right, you can score 2, we'll score 3. Fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
No matter what we were doing, we were gonna just go for some common sense. I don't think
true.
Bobby Moore would have been. He wouldn't, because Big Duncan Edwards would have.
He was 21 when he died. He was
21.
He was 21.
He'd
He's
already
21.
had about. I mean, I'm gonna bring up his stats. Actually.
177 Man United appearances.
Jesus Christ!
Like,
Actually,
the man,
do you know what?
was,
I won't bring up the stats. I'll just ask you.
Tommy Taylor had 164 goals for Man United before he passed away.
I call Reece the walking encyclopedia.
But yeah, Duncan Edwards was 21 years old, so
The
he
man
would have been.
retains everything he reads and sees.
He would have been 20. He would have been 29 in '66. And this guy was about the height of you, but he was called the Colossus for a reason.
Yeah, it was a
You ain't
different
getting past
time.
him.
And the thing is, he wasn't even a striker. Like, he wasn't even a striker. If you're
Oh,
going to bring up some of the
correct
stats
point.
that we bring up now, he's a
Correct
left
point.
winger.
Correct point. Duncan Edwards wasn't a position. Duncan
Yeah.
Edwards could play.
No.
Duncan Edwards can play centre back. He could
Yeah.
play sweeper. He could play inside
He
left.
was-
He could play inside right. Striker, central midfield. He could play any position. Probably
If-
goalkeeper, but you never need them because you had Harry Gregg in goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you listen to Bobby Charlton, and hopefully he gets better and gets well soon. If you hear some of his interviews about Duncan Edwards,
player.
he was just so complete as a forward, like so complete as a forward. It's like, and not even just as a forward, like you said, he was strong in the air, he was strong in the tackle, right? He could intercept passes, he could read the game. So you've got all the attributes to do attack, midfield, and defense all at the same time, right? Which is something that is unheard of even now. The probably only one comparison I can give, only very just, and that's probably Alaba, because Alaba again is like, you could play him centre back, left back, right back, midfield, right midfield, left midfield. And I think the only thing that you can't do is play him up front. But again, he had multiple positions he could play if you needed to, and do it to the best of his ability. So
Right.
The one thing about Duncan Edwards though is he was more than just consistent. Even at 21 years old, he's still widely considered Man United's greatest ever player. And that's by the likes of Charlton, Sir Matt Busby, the lot, and obviously Sir Matt Busby, manager of Man United for in 2 spells. Like, he's managing the Holy Trinity.
Right.
He's managing Bill Foulkes, the captain of the '68 team. He's managing a young Brian Kidd who scored on his birthday against Benfica at Wembley in that final. He's had all of these players, yet he has always said his greatest ever player, and Man United's greatest ever player, is Duncan Edwards. Now that tells you something. And he died 64 years ago. And he was unfortunate in his time. He never won the Ballon d'Or, which he would have deserved. But that says it all, that a man at 21 who's been deceased for 64 years is still widely regarded as the greatest.
yeah, 151 caps, 20 goals, 5 goals for England after 18 caps. Like that, yeah, and again, 20 goals in 151 games, like, and you're 21 years old. Like, the guy was set on to just, mate, tear things apart.
You want to look up some very devastating stats. Look up Roger Byrne, then look up Tommy Taylor. Roger Byrne was the left back and the club captain. He was truly special.
245 appearances, 17 goals. Again, he played.
He played at the left back, inside left.
Yeah, left
as
back,
well.
inside left.
Old days of quality position names.
Yeah, not like we have now. And it's obviously
Tommy Taylor.
Tommy Taylor.
Speaking of Duncan Edwards.
So the 138 goals in 210 games. Like, mate, imagine if England went to a World Cup with this lot in '58.
They were close.
Yeah.
We would have.
There you go.
There you go. Look at that. See,
That's one of my edits, and that's my wallpaper.
wicked.
Heck yeah, man.
That's Duncan Edwards in the big, but I think before the Arsenal game.
Yeah,
We all
I'm not
still
gonna make-
regarded as the greatest game.
great.
But it's the mentality.
It
Play
might be great for you
anywhere.
lot. It wouldn't have been great for us. But we move. He was nearly more than calm, more on the CDM side than a striker. Even though he scored so many, as we said, he could play CD, Cam, CDM, CM, and striker and right back as well. I don't know if many people knew that Busby played for Liverpool. See, yeah,
Liverpool captain. He was
if
Liverpool
you
captain.
that's the thing. If you watch, I watched the film Busby on there as well.
Three
and,
Kings.
Yeah, he was like the guy was a revolution of his time, and him. But I will, as much as like he was a revolution of his time, a lot of something to do with the resurrection afterwards, so straight after the disaster. If it weren't for Jimmy Murphy, Man United would have had to shut down, and
Absolutely.
don't know what would have happened. So
Right.
the role Jimmy Murphy played, it was extraordinary. And honestly, I do. If anyone hasn't seen United, whether you're a Man United fan or a football fan or an Arsenal fan or Tottenham fan or whatever, watch it as a football fan, and you'll see the role that Jimmy Murphy had to play, where the board were wanting to shut the club down because they couldn't afford new players because they didn't insure them, obviously, right? Because this was the days of very little money, but he managed to literally run around the roses. No transfer window in those days. They were like, "Got any players, mate? Yeah, like I need some like now." So it was kind of a make do job. And how they got to the 1958 FA Cup final. Though the rest of the games they played, I think they played 14 league games after that. They only won,
right.
I think, one game. I think
Yeah.
in that time.
That's
which
right.
They ended up 9th, and they still ended up in the FA Cup final against Bolton. And despite, and no, we probably, to be honest, I really did want them to win that. Actually, they lost to Bolton 2-0. The fact they got there is a fucking miracle, like in itself.
That wasn't just any ordinary Bolton side that we played as well. That was a very serious cup team. Bolton were a very serious cup team back in the 50s. And all due respect, like in terms of being a Man United fan, obviously
in those days you could get beaten by any team in those days.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely. You could go to Wembley. We went to Wembley 2 years on the trot. We lost in 57 as well, which is a very unfortunate defeat. If we had won that final, we would have won the double. Not the shite from London.
But I wish they did.
We would have won the double in 57. The first team to win the double since Preston. It would have been Man United.
Yeah.
But we lost. Fast forward a year, opportunity to win the FA Cup, the European Cup. The league was out of our hands. The league was too much of a stretch. We were never going to win the league in 58. But we would have won it in 59, I think. I think if we'd won the European Cup, it would have stretched us to go and win the league, take the first division back. But we didn't. But to be fair,
Busby said afterwards it took it 5 years to regrow the squad back, and
that's right.
As much as 60, and I want to bring back to 68. I mean, like, obviously it took you 5 years to get a squad back together. I mean, like some people saying like the season after he didn't really go back out on the training pitch at all because he was just looking at people that weren't there.
He couldn't do
it. He was just of course he's chartered a private plane, and like by the way, the FA I think played their little role in this is that they pressurised them to get back very quickly, as soon as possible, so they don't end up they deduct points, which forced them to having to take off at that point when it was not safe, probably to do so.
Because we had a big league game as well, a very important crunch game. It was right around the corner. We had a very important game. We didn't succeed with.
Big up, man.
That circumstance.
But yeah, I mean, like, but Maz Busby, like afterwards, he grew a team back. You got to 68. You've got now still Bobby Charlton there. You still got you now got Dennis Law there.
22-year-old George Best.
Yeah, you can mention his name. I don't know if you could you mute the background, mate. Niall, could you move what's in there? Please, thanks, mate.
It's a bit early for casualty.
No, it's not casualty. It's Sky Sports News. I forgot to turn my volume down.
Oh, Sky Sports News.
Yeah, I'm glad. Yeah, man. Oh no.
Mother of Christ.
Yeah, by the way, you can mention George Bessie's now. I'm not going to mention his name.
Because he's great, greater player than anybody's played for your club. That's all I'm going to say. But
yeah,
you can't argue.
No, but there's other reasons why I won't mention his name. To be honest,
you still can't argue the point though. You can name every
great
Arsenal legend.
I know that. I'm not saying he's not. He was. I'm not saying he was one of the best players ever. Right? I'm not saying that.
He was the first football. He was the first football megastar.
Of course, and I'm not denying that. But the problem is that the reason I'm probably now doing awareness like I'm doing now.
He died from that.
Is because a lot of perception comes from what's happened with him, and it sort of paints everyone with the same brush when you're especially when you reach an adult, which the kids, that's not fair. That's not fair. And I will just say this to everyone: 2 transplants he's had. That's 4 kids. You can split that and give it to 4 kids that have done nothing wrong in their life. That's all I'm saying. But not denying he's a great player, but just that's just why I just won't mention his name.
It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. That's the reflection of it.
Yeah.
But I look at.
But 68, like 10 years later, you've built a team good enough to get. It was sort of like written in the stars, to be honest. Like especially once you got to the final at Wembley, like you thought there's only going to be one winner in this. It doesn't matter who you were playing.
Yeah.
So
we knew we were going to win it.
Yeah.
It didn't matter who we were playing. You're right. We knew we were going to win it. There was no way this team was going to lose. There's just no way.
But they had the mentality, and you knew they had the mentality, and they showed the mentality out on the pitch every freaking time they put on that shirt. And that's all we want. That's all we asked for. And
I mean, that's like yesterday. That's all you asked for, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, and that's why when you see results like yesterday, you think it's like what I see now at for Arsenal, for example. You look at the great sides of the 30s, the 70s, the late 80s, the 90s, the early 90s, and then obviously Wenger's era, or the first part of Wenger's era. And you're sitting there and you're thinking, like, this lot, that lot of mentality. Like, Chapman, again, was one of those managers who was way ahead of his time, like Busby. If he had survived his heart attack, God knows where this club would have gone. Like, even after the war, God knows where he would have gone. Because he would have still been manager. Like, so, but whether he'd be manager when Busby was around, I don't know. You know, I'd love to have seen it. But,
I think the difference is, I think the one thing that you would know is whether Chapman was still manager or not of Arsenal, English football would only have been dominated at that time by 3 men.
Yeah.
Chapman, if he was still around.
Yeah.
Sir Matt Busby.
Yeah.
And Bill Shankly.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I hate Liverpool with a passion. Everybody knows this. I hate Liverpool with a passion.
Well, of course. And by the way, he's the only Liverpool. He's the only that I wrote in football history. They're the reason that's why when we saw like the Super League, everyone was more outraged with them clubs because look, you've built the history of this league. You've built the history, right? So we can then break off and have a Premier League, right? There's and it's like when I see teams like that, and it's like when you see teams like you saw last night. for example, or I see teams that we've got with Arteta now, I'm thinking, where are my mentality? Where's the
Right.
standards? Right? And this is why I keep saying, and I keep banging on about standards, and I keep saying, I'm not lowering my club's what the standards I have for this club. Right? I'll lower the expectations because of what you can. There's limits to what you can do with the side and how far it can go, right? In terms of a season, but in your longer term goal, the standards and expectations shouldn't be dropped, which is the long term goal, which is winning the league. Right?
Mhm.
Whether that takes 1 season, 2 seasons, 3 seasons, it's still the long term aim. Right? It's not finishing top 4 and staying there. And it moves on to my next point. Like Arsenal again, they've been proven to have another summer war chest. 180 mil. Here we go again. We've spent nothing in January. We've completely fucked it up. Right? And then all of a sudden it's, oh, right, guys, we've got 180 mil to spend in the summer. Where have we had this one before?
The thing is, though, I don't know if this is controversial or not. I don't know if this is controversial. I don't know if this is controversial or not. I'm probably going to get attacked by Arsenal fans. But
Go on, mate.
I actually think Arsenal not spending any money in January was actually wise. I look at United, for us not spending money, there's a reason for it. We didn't spend money because there's uncertainty about who the permanent manager is going to be. It could still be Ralph Rangnick, but there's no guarantee yet. And maybe Ten Hag and maybe Pochettino.
Completely agree with you.
But like, we didn't spend because of the manager. We didn't spend because of the manager uncertainty. But you guys, I don't think you guys actually spent, not because you didn't want to, but purely for the sense of the team you're actually trying to build. I think you're actually trying to persist with your current squad. And then in the summer, you're going to get the players that aren't available in January. You're going to bring them in the summer, and you're actually going to improve your team in that way. I actually think you may be better off not signing anybody in January purely for the sense of the players you want aren't available.
To be fair, Reece, everyone was only saying that once it had finished. Once the transfer window had gone past, they made the excuses. Oh, we don't really need anyone. We'll be all right. We'll manage on top 4, like and stuff. They were only saying that then afterwards, but before that, they were saying, why aren't we getting this? Why are we getting this? Why aren't we getting all the other? And
the problem is the fans get so reactionary around January. Fans get so reactionary around January.
Yeah, what I said said if you don't want to spend anyone, fine. If you want to save the money for the summer, fine. But I'm sorry, you still need to get someone on loan. You still need to get someone in on loan. You still need to get maybe a CDM or a loan striker. Whoever it is, just get him on loan for or take a Isak on a pre-contract or a free loan and with no obligation to buy it. That way, also you get to see if he can cope in the Premier League. Is he good enough? Yeah. There's no excuses still then to try and not get a loan in, and you have plenty of options that you could have bought in on loan. Well, now of them was the clear one, right? So, but no,
I'm not saying there's no excuses. I'm just saying there is an alternative way of thinking about it.
Yeah,
I
in
all
get
fairness, it might sound like making excuses, but it may actually benefit you in the end, because what if you had signed a striker for like 40, 50 million, and what if they completely flopped in January? What if that happened?
Oh yeah.
What if you actually made those key signings that you think are key signings, but you end up bottling your position altogether? Like, there is circumstance. I think it's, for us, we didn't spend purely because there's an uncertainty about who's actually going to be the manager, and that's actually a viable reason.
Yeah.
But for Arsenal,
agree with you.
But for Arsenal, I can see why you didn't spend. I think it was right to move certain players on.
Some Arsenal fans are not happy with it back.
The only reason I say,
I
get the sense of like not spending, but then at the same time is you don't get, if you're going to want to get rid of players, for example,
you'd have at least someone there to cover.
Maitland-Niles would have, if you would have looked, you should have looked at both Chambers and Maitland-Niles and said, okay, one of you's got to go. Which one is it?
Yeah, not both. Right? I agree.
Not both. Chambers.
I agree.
Chambers, I would have got rid of. I would have kept Maitland-Niles. He's useful.
I agree.
Because if he had a right back injury, a crisis, you could sit him at a right back position. If he's sitting there bitching, saying that, like, I'm sorry, I want to go. Well, I'm sorry, mate. We ain't got no space. We can't get anyone in. We can't bring up a youngster because that's not fair, right, on them, right, and destroy his career. You have to sit there and do a job, and in the summer we'll get rid of you. You can go wherever you want. Just do the 6 months for you. And to be honest, no Maitland-Niles, after how he has acted before, he would probably just sucked it up and just actually did the job.
Yeah.
I would have guaranteed it.
I agree. I agree. I think there should have been something there. But I do see a reason for not spending though. Like I do see it. Obviously,
Yeah.
I do think you should have strengthened in that sense if you want to improve your position. I totally see that. But sometimes you can strengthen without actually spending money.
Oh yeah, I mean, I said from the start.
Yeah, wait, very good.
I said from the start.
No,
Yeah,
not necessarily by playing youth, but by not spending money, you're actively challenging that team. You're actively challenging your team to go and improve because it puts an even bigger. It puts a bigger bullseye on them. You've effectively got 6 months. You've got three or 4 months to the end of the season.
You're doing that with Xhaka, mate.
True, but you got 3 or 4 months to the end of this. You got 3 or 4 months to the end of the season. You've not bought anybody.
Yeah.
You're basically effectively challenging these players to step up, and if they don't, you're going to sign somebody in the summer regardless. So that's why I say not signing anybody could actually be a positive for you guys because it reflects on who steps up and who will fail, and that'll be the lot that gets binned in the summer.
Yeah, I get that as
Absolutely.
well. I get that as well, and yeah, I hear that exactly. But it's one of those. Is like you'd like that to make that very bloody clear from the start, because I said from the start we ain't signing no one. But the thing is, everyone gets so hyped up about we're gonna get this player or this player, this player, this player, because they don't come up with a clear, transparent plan of what they want. Because it's quite easy said, we're not getting rid of anyone. We're gonna sell a certain amount, but we're gonna keep this one in reserve. And if we can, we'll get a couple of loanies to make do for the if they said that, come out and said that's what we're planning to do, we'll hold them to account if they don't do it. But they'd say, like, fine, you come up with a plan, you've had it a go at it. But mug the fans off thinking we're getting Vajovic when we've never been actually really interested, to be honest. I don't think we really were. But it is an absolute con because but it's like I said before, I never thought we were going to sign anyone, but I at least expected them to at least get a loan signing in just to help us get through the second half of the season, because we're crying out for a midfielder. It's clear to see we need at least a midfielder. If anything, a midfielder. Right? Because as much as people might say we got no number 9, we are still creating chances to score goals, right, from our midfield. So that's not really too much of an issue compared to the midfielder. And we create more chances if we brought the midfielder in, especially a better quality one.
Right, because even with, better not to spend, which I think everybody is consensus saying that, there you still see this opportunity to improve the squad, whether it be one player or, like you said, somebody just bringing in on loan. And because you'll have, like you said, departures in the summer, so it'd be nice if we get the next guy, like possibly Liverpool just did, even if it's one guy. So even though you're like, hey, I know we don't want to spend a bunch of money, but this is an opportunity to improve the squad. Why don't we even try to? It's like you feel like you're just conceding the season. The fans sit by and they'll have faith in us and believe us for the summer war chest. And you've been fed that line before. We all have, and yet it always seems like we all buy it.
We were told
every single time.
How much we were told last season? 250 mil. How much did we actually spend? 150. And actually times before we said we got 150 mil. I used to hear it every time. We didn't spend anything in January. We got 200 mil to spend in the summer, and how much do we spend? 50 mil. Fuck all.
So we don't believe you.
And actually, we don't actually spend anything at all, because then we sell literally and so much that our next spend is about +4, which makes Huddersfield or someone spend more than us.
Yeah.
Like,
Hey, Crocky
So-
needs to pay for SoFi.
no. Cronky needs to pay for his toupee, mate. That's what he needs to bloody do. Like, like, but by the way, Britt, you're still part of my hit squad. So, like, it's
I don't know what you're talking about.
yeah, we'll say that later. Yeah, we'll keep that off it. But yeah, I mean, from a Man United perspective, like, what's your over feeling over last night? Quickly, but without going into a mad rant about it, try and keep it civil. But
Same old
what's
thing,
your
nothing's
worries
changing.
for the summer?
That things continue.
Okay, that's Reese. That was very short. Reese, what do you say?
You said keep it short.
I didn't say keep it short. I said just don't do a mad rant about it.
Frankly, we're creating the chances, we're just not taking them, and it's going to cost us in the long run unless we start improving.
Absolutely.
But the manager, for once, can't get faulted for this.
Nope,
Nah, he moved, man.
I'm out of
Yeah.
Texas.
I'm
in
at
Ohio.
Texas, man. Yeah.
He's in Ohio.
Iowa.
Well, still a shithole. Ohio, Iowa, same
Mate,
thing. Just
mate,
kidding.
They
But,
can
well,
look pretty much where they're distance apart. You can take them where they are and fit them in Texas.
how warm is it over there?
Oh man, right now we are 43, which is
43 Fahrenheit or degrees?
we're looking at what 11 degrees over freezing.
Oh, okay. So that's not
Lovely.
too bad. It's not been actually. It's been quite warm here. So yeah.
From what it's been, it feels like it's a heat front, a heat wave coming through.
Yeah. But yeah. So, Reese, what on the point with Man United, like the summer, what's your biggest fear over the summer? And who did you want in, like as a manager? Because we don't know like who's going to be it. By the way, before you answer, just for this comment, I didn't think Arsenal would sign anyone in the window, Stephen. I think they were looking at the wage bill and trying to bring it down. That's exactly it, mate. Exactly what I thought. Big up, Melina.
Biggest fear is the new manager does not get full control. That he needs to bring in his own players, implement his own style, and not have a fear of above board interfering. And
Yeah,
the fear that they don't give Ralph Rangnick the control that he should get behind the scenes. The fear that he doesn't get it, that'd be a massive problem if he doesn't get it.
it does get listened to.
Yeah, in terms of management, I hope it's not Pochettino. I hope Ten Hag. If not, I would persist with Ralph Rangnick for a while, and then I would get Enrique after the World Cup.
Yeah,
In all fairness, I would avoid Pochettino. He's a good manager, but that means another 5-year process.
Right.
And I don't.
Yeah, I
I
would
don't,
avoid them at all costs.
I don't
Fucking
mind us building a team. I don't mind us building a team, but there's building a team. But you can get a Ten Hag in who will build a team, but he'll actually want to go and challenge for trophies. Pochettino will not.
Correct.
So for me, it's a manner of we go for him really. Go and get Ten Hag in the summer. Work with Ralph Rangnick. Smart recruitment. Build the team the right way. Challenge within a couple of years rather than waiting 5 years. Or you persist with Rangnick, knowing that he's got the consultant role anyway. Offer him until Christmas or just afterwards, like in January when there's the mandatory break after the World Cup, and just say, Enrique, you want to join us from Spain now? Get him in. They're the only two people I want, because we're not going to get Nagelsmann from Bayern Munich. That ain't going to happen, and you're not going to get Hansi Flick for Germany. So realistically, you go for what feels right, and they want to get a manager who wants to play exciting football, promotes young players, and wins trophies. Pochettino does too, doesn't do all three. Ten Hag does all three. Enrique does all three. So it makes sense to go for what actually fits. If you're going to say you want a criteria of winning trophies, playing exciting football, and promoting youth, Pochettino doesn't fit all three, but he fits the first two. He fits youth and excitement. He does not fit winning trophies.
No.
All right. Brett.
I not Poch, man. I've seen him have a roster full of world-class players and internationals, and I've seen him win nothing. We've been doing that.
It's a Spurs man.
Yeah,
Se histi, että taatana.
we've had, so-called world-class managers, Louis van Gaal and
Jose
Jose
Mourinho.
Mourinho beat him. What did they win? No league, no UCL, and that's what we're judged on. I don't care about the Carabao Cups. I don't. It's those 3 big cups. That's what we're judged on. We ain't winning that. I don't care. You did not succeed. You did not do what we brought you in. And I know why they weren't able to do it. And I lay 100% blame up there at the top. And I blame on it until for forever. Whatever manager comes in, I fear for them. Like Reese is saying, they have to have full control. And I mean, they have to have full control. Just not told they're given full control. They should not need to make a phone call to the board.
Yeah.
Oh, the only phone call should be, hey, I need a check for this much money, and hang it up.
Yeah.
And here
Like, for example, if the new manager was Ten Hag and he came in and he said, and I'm just going to use him as an example, if Ten Hag came in and said, I want either Harry Maguire or Marcus Rashford gone because they don't fit my team, and he knows even if he can coach them, he doesn't fit their team, or even if we got Enrique and he said, these guys don't fit my team, get them gone.
Yeah.
They should not hesitate.
Mm-hmm.
If the manager openly comes out and says these guys will never fit my team, then you've got to do the best thing for them and find them a place that will fit them.
Yes.
Definitely.
No, what would you say?
Completely agree with Reese. I think we need to completely an overhaul. Because I think there's too many player power at the club. Because I said this yesterday when I was going Maisies, and there's too much player power on the club. I think guys like Rashford, Martial, most of the swing players will all be out the door in the summer. Whenever it's a Ten Hag or a Enrique or someone like that, really.
Okay. Right. Yeah, definitely. I hear all three. I'd hear all 3 of them. But yeah.
I'll say this to Adam's comment, even though he's asked Brit, I would be not opposed to having Ralph Rangnick as full-time manager. I would not be opposed to that.
Yeah,
But
not opposed.
I don't think he would though. This is the thing. The biggest question I have with Rangnick is that the way it's going right now, the way they're not listening to him, I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't take the job upstairs, because at the moment they're not listening to him as a manager. So what makes you think he's going to do it while he's upstairs?
That's the stupidity of the club if you're not listening to a guy like him.
Yeah.
That's the stupidity of the club. That's not down to him. That's
It's
not
very English, isn't it?
But he'll be like, well, what's the point? They clearly don't want to. They don't want to win. They don't want to listen to me to make the club better. So, yeah, why should I be here as a consultant or something? Or
because
along those
he
lines.
has come out and said X player, X player,
Yeah.
X player, X player, not good enough for Man United. What has happened in this little transfer window? They're all still here. So Rangnick, is he even going to listen to being offered the job, or is he going to be like, hold on, I've been here, I told you what I felt, you did nothing, why am I going to become your long-term manager? I can't wait for this contract to be out.
I hear it.
It's interim. I don't want the full-time job.
I hear it, mate. I hear it. But yeah, one last comment. Randy was the big fast good football and improve play. Right, I haven't seen it. Sorry. But
the good thing for him, though, the good thing for Rangnick is the improvement in style of play is actually showing in reflection. It is showing. It's just about consistency. But in terms of the league, only Man City have actually accumulated more points than us. Only City. Yeah. If you think about that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, actually, sorry. There's one thing I forgot, and that is.
And in terms of my thoughts on Harry Maguire, he's utter shit. Get him sold.
We could take 40 million for Maguire.
I wouldn't care if you offered me 10 pence.
Hang on, sorry. Hang on a minute. If you could quickly just go, because I keep forgetting this every week, so I'm going to quickly rush through it very quickly, which is team of the week. So certainly got to be Man United. It probably ain't be Arsenal either. But yeah, in goal, here we go for. for player. Just do it for an FA Cup sense. So yeah, in goal for team of the week. Who would you go for out of that, over the weekend? Who stood out in you in the weekend?
Not many.
No, not many.
I don't. I'll be honest. I'll be honest. I can't think of any that actually stood out. I think maybe Kepa for Chelsea, which is funny as well considering the opposition they were up against. But Kepa actually had a very consistent game. He's been consistent the past couple of games for Chelsea.
Yeah, okay, I'll go with that. So I can't think of anyone.
Yeah, no one.
I'm struggling to think of a keeper.
I say right back Diogo Dalot for me.
Dalot?
Yeah, I'd go with that as well, yeah.
He's been impressive.
Left back.
Mm,
He's good on the left on the weekend.
a tough one.
So, but can I make a point? Could we put Spence in this midfield?
As long as Jimmy Garner gets in there as well.
Yeah. All right. Well, it's so right. If we're playing 4-3-3. Yeah. So we put Spence on the right side of that.
I think realistically the midfield you've got is I'd say Garner, Rice as well, to be fair, for his role in West Ham.
Yeah, right.
Carried them.
Yeah, big Ricey.
No.
What?
Big Ricey, that just sounds creepy.
No, that sounds a bit cringy, doesn't it? Ricey.
Oh, don't stop saying it.
Sorry.
Oh, there you go, Garner. There you go.
I've got my casserole beside me to eat, and that's going to put me off it.
Yeah, let's leave it.
Oh,
so there you
yeah,
go. There's
okay.
the midfield sorted. This centre backs. Just sort the centre backs out.
To be honest, I did think.
I think.
Harry Maguire? No, I'm cutting on.
Shut up.
I was going to say he doesn't even get near he doesn't get near any team.
What about
I'd say Varane's solid.
Yeah,
What
but
about
I'm very good last night.
What about? I was thinking of the weekend. That was all. So I was thinking.
Just try to think.
Anyone
to be fair, it's mostly going to be Forest players.
What about Bournemouth?
I don't even know any Bournemouth players, to be honest with you.
Phillips or Hill, who are in the centre back roles?
I'd go for Phillips, yeah.
Yeah, I'll go for Phillips.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
If he appear.
Mind you, it's using. Yeah, they won't be there.
Yeah, they won't be there. So we'll just leave it blank.
Yeah.
It's him. But yeah, next to him, I'd put. What would I put?
I would 100% have Varane in there. Even despite United actually losing that game, he's just solid in defence.
There you go, Varane. Left back.
Ik ga een FA Cup team or ik ga een English Premiership team.
Well, it could, yeah, it's from the weekend, so anyone.
Oh, so the FA Cup then, yeah.
Yeah, it's from the FA Cup
Okay.
games. You could say. What about Cancelo for Man City?
Yeah.
Good
Yeah,
shot.
Kings Cancelo is very good.
He's the best fullback in the league.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Left winger.
Sancho.
Sancho.
Yeah,
Okay.
probably Sancho as well. Yeah.
He didn't deserve to be on the losing side against Middlesbrough. He was excellent.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Right midfield. Right wing.
One of the Liverpool players.
That
To
would
be
be. Let's have a look.
Marlie or Salva or somebody like that. Or,
No.
or Ordeal.
No,
No, not him. No, there you go.
No, it was Elliot or
Takumi.
Diaz.
Takumi.
I don't care who it was, but like
No,
The way
Takumi
they
was
What's
on
play.
the
his
right
name?
wing.
Harvey
Takumi was on.
Elliott's his name, isn't it?
No, it wasn't. It was Takumi on the right. He
Yeah.
scored a goal.
Mhm.
On the right,
Okay.
it was Takumi.
Melina.
Minamino.
No, I'm just reading
That's not. That's
fucking
not his name.
Japanese players.
Is that his name? Oh yeah.
No, I'm
Yeah.
just reading like a Japanese player currently.
Yeah.
No,
yeah,
Camera.
shite.
Nah.
That's not the Celtic one, that's somebody else.
It's the same one.
It's the same one.
He's not retired. He's still playing football.
Okay, I see like 42, 43 or something now.
Fuck knows, but he's still playing football professionally.
They'll fit like a fiddle to fight you guys, aren't they?
Nah, just two
last-
filming and that's it.
Lastly,
It's only good for
the
3 kits.
striker.
Let's see. Romeo Lukaku, maybe? No, maybe no, I don't know. I was going to say Lukaku.
No.
Luca Kardashian can bolt.
Aye, but let's see.
Elise, but he was on the right.
Going to say Cavani, but not sure.
Richarlison.
Yeah, actually.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah, Richarlison. So that rate him, he had a good game. Yeah, so there we are. Then manager would have to be Chris Wilder.
Unfortunately.
Arteta.
He wasn't playing.
I'm talking about the manager.
He wasn't managing.
Arteta.
He wasn't managing.
What, he
Arsenal-
wasn't managing?
We
Arsenal
weren't in we didn't play
Arsenal
in the
didn't
FA
make
Cup.
it.
Oh,
Arsenal
sorry,
didn't make it.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Arsenal didn't get the invite.
Right, there you go, Chris Wilder. There you go. Real name's Chris Wilder. There you go.
Well done. Yeah, well done. You got a great
Right.
manager.
So, in goal, we've got Kepa on the right, Delo, Phillips and Borden Wood, Varane, Cancelo, Rice, Spence, Garner, Sancho, Richarlison, Minamino. Not bad. Pretty good. There you go then. So that's team of the week done. I will try and remember that for next week as well. But yeah, flop of the week just has to be Maguire, doesn't it?
Maguire's been the flop of the season.
Yeah, let's put it that way.
And he was signed 3 years ago.
Yeah, Forest players in there, Stephen. Big up. Yeah, I did.
That game the other night, Maguire was a bit like Shane Duffy Celtic mode, wasn't he?
Anyway.
Oh,
No, leave it. Leave it.
Yeah,
leave
leave
it.
There's
Leave it.
painful, then there's that.
Right. Anyway,
Right.
we're gonna leave it there, guys. Make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the share button. Where can I find you, my friend?
Hell. Sorry, I mean Scotland. I'm just kidding. You can find me at Twitter there, Devil's Rising.
Okay. I said Brit, but there you go.
Oh, did you? I didn't.
There you go, no, Brit. Anyway, right, yeah. Reese, like Reese in the top right corner. Where can I find you, Brit?
You can find me Brit1502 any social media. That's where you'll find me. You'll find me on FPB Sports hosting an NFL show Through the Table. You'll find me on the United Agenda. Yeah, you'll find me on SFeatleyTV, of course, SFeatley F1. You'll find me there. Make sure you find the link to that. Go over to that channel as well. Subscribe to that. Football United TV. Yeah, along all this good family of presenters that we have. just find me around there as much as I can.
Yeah, no, where can I find you, my friend?
You can also find me in Scotland and on Green Steven. No, joking.
Everyone
Yeah,
caught
you can-
light. Stop stealing my patter.
I know I need to stop this, mate. Yeah, you can find me on Twitter, on the Twitter login, which is NileKane91. You can find me on Instagram, Nile_Kane. You can find me on Facebook, NileKane, and you can find me on Twitch, NileKane91.
And you
with
can find
that-
me, and you can find me a better cooking than nipping.
Wow.
And also you can find Vishik better cooking. They're playing fig reviews, which he does on a regular basis.
I don't
No,
review
yeah.
food. I don't review food. I eat it.
No, just eat it. Just eat it, mate. Just eat
Aye.
it, man.
But you can find me on Twitch as well, Reese_Light 1997. I'm away to watch our academy game because we're playing at Old Trafford tonight against Everton.
Wicked.
Okay, well, then.
Yeah, so make sure you go follow all them. You follow on SFeatleyTV as usual, where you can find the Arsenal and the football content. So make sure you like, subscribe, become a member as well from as little as $1.99 if you wouldn't be part of the exclusive members content that we will be bringing out once we get to 10 membership level, 10 members of level 2 and higher. Please do join a membership at a level 2 or higher, which is from $4.99 and above. And yeah, we also do SFeatley F1 for the F1 content. I'm there at 9 p.m. to debate, to do the debate show at 9 p.m. So make sure you tune into that. But until then, everyone stay safe, stay well, and we'll see you soon. Bye.